Hi, my name is Michelle Nelson, and I am a professor of Graphic plus Interactive Design at Youngstown State in the Department of Art. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that I do in my classroom on a regular basis for about slightly over 25 years. One of the things that I feel passionate about is that graphic design is not just about its commercial application, but that graphic design can be a form of social activism and change. And I have always been passionately involved from the very first start of my teaching experiences to bring this into the classroom. One of the things that I also do is I teach students how to create and illustrate their own messages. And so all the work that you're going to see here is work that students drew on their own, and the messages are their very own, and very often they have very personal connections to those messages. Becky wanted to make a connection to prescription drugs and the idea of candy. Many people see prescription drugs as a form of escape or getting high, and the figure is neutral in the drawing and uses a variety of grays to emphasize the deadly consequences of using prescription drugs in a way that's inappropriate. I think it's critical to the design to keep the impression of the cold figure, which is very neutral and allows the viewer to put themselves in that form. The depth of composition is pushed through the idea of these pills that are larger as they are closer and more rich in color, and kind of fade out as they move away from you. So I think she did a beautiful job of illustrating something that has really deadly consequences. Very often, a student and I will connect on a topic. Jared created this. When you smoke, so do they. And as a child, I had both my parents smoking, and it was something that was always there every day. Kind of like birthdays come every year. We are always attracted by the idea of a birthday cake, but as we get closer, we see the cigarettes that are in the position of candles, and it's a little bit horrifying. The idea that cake is so delicious and attracts them kind of resonates with smokers who feel that cigarettes are delicious and attractive, but then we combine it with something else, and all that kind of falls to the wayside. Crystal made a connection to the idea of the female form being celebrated yet smothered at the same time, and how we hold the Statue of Liberty as a symbol of national pride. But as a society, we often try to silence women who have strong opinions. She not only illustrated this, but this is a photograph that she took so that she could get the wrapping right and get the impression right. And then she superimposed, obviously, elements from Lady Liberty. Blade makes a powerful connection to the idea of family interaction and how it impacts the sense of normalcy for a child. When children grow up with violence, they have a higher probability of displaying it as a personality trait as an adult. And so I think that he made a really intense connection to the idea that often when you are treated abusively as a child, that you can go on to have that follow you for the rest of your life. Erica, oops, things are going a little slow. Erica creates a very personal story of tragedy embedded in this powerful poster on abuse. The lack of body allows us, the viewer, to step inside the topic in the mind of those who often suffer in silence until it's too late. I think that the words that we read bring us into this very, very personal story, into this very cold environment that none of us want to experience. Deanna creates this poster right before she went overseas to serve in the global war on terror. It's easy to lose sight of the reality of war and how this affects so many families. But this poster really points out the devastating personal impact that this often has on the lives of so many. And last but not least, Corinne has a very simple visual here, but it communicates so many unconsidered facts about the topic through the background typography. Her personal warning at the bottom states, "Warning, it's kind of hard to see the effects your smoking has on others. About 49,000 people die each year due to secondhand smoke. The dramatic statistics put smokers on notice about their impact on others' lives." And the final statement on the topic is death in the bottom right corner, increasing the warning. All of these messages are very often, again, personal messages that students have through people in their lives, through loved ones, or through personal experience. And I think that makes them even more powerful. And so I think one of the things that as graphic designers we always need to consider is, how will we help change the world? Thank you.